refresh. Okay. That's muted. What? What's going on? Okay, cool. Alright. If y'all see anybody reply to the thing or whatever, just let me know and we'll try to add them to the call. Alright, so last time you guys had quite a little, well, actually a lot of stuff happened. You guys started off in Sinfall, if I'm not mistaken, where we were first introduced to Quinn. Dagon brought back your, I would say, better half, but we really don't know yet, Vanathan.
I mean, destroying he brought down two giant characters yesterday in one move. So
So that, you have little confrontations with Little Bit, better known as Harrion, aka Rastor, um, who you found out had your memory gem. But along with that, we had Elowin, with the help of Valak Longbeard, uncover the scroll basically to find the artifact known as Lightbringer. Was on the continent of Keris up to the north. And you guys decided it would be a good idea to go try to track down the Trial of Chunning to help get back Thalian's dragon Elion. So you guys rounded up and headed on off to Mictaros, where y'all were confronted by an ogre, a giant, and two cyclops. And y'all quickly dispersed to that with the help of Echo. Afterwards, y'all looted the corpses and were greeted by the locals that were a little frightened by a giant werebear. They proceeded off, and Irma hit us hard, and we ended with you guys walking into the dungeon. So that's where we are going to start up, unless you guys have anything y'all want to add to that.
Nope, I'm good.
no,
Alright. So, for story's sake and the lack thereof of people showing up, um, everyone else besides Thalian, Vanathan, and Quinn remain outside on guard to help. Basically, Elowin, we'll say, is treating Echo's wound, watching over and taking care of him, while Harrion is helping her, standing guard, making sure that the centaurs don't come back and try to do anything after they ran off frightened. So Thalian, Quinn, and Vanathan proceed into the dungeon, and the atmosphere in the dungeon as you first walk down, it's subterranean. You walk down a lot of steps into this dungeon. It's very, very dark. No torches are lit until you reach. You kind of go down a few flights of steps, maybe walk 3 or 4 minutes to where you're starting to see a few torches are lit, and they seem to emanate like a magical aura from them. It's not like any type of flame that you usually see. Same color, same everything, but you can see that it's it just doesn't look like normal fire. The smell is very musty, damp, um, and as you walk further and further down the hall, there's bodies along the side, just old skeletons, armor. Most of it's just poor quality armor. Clothing has been tattered and torn. Rats are all over the place, just kind of scurrying around. And you could, I mean, if y'all would like to do some knowledge of, does anybody have dungeoneering or architecture or anything like that?
I do not.
No? Nate, don't you have something like that?
Uh, I do not.
Okay, from what you guys can tell with, or not so much expertise, is that the architecture is a mixture like as you look at the stonework, you can kind of sense different stonework that you've seen from whenever you've been walking around in Dalgaram and things like that. Stuff looks similar to how the brick and stone has been sorted, but as you look at the like the columns, you can kind of see an elven influence along with the carvings and different things like that of like different imagery. You can sense like Enkrillians because Nate, you've had a little experience with them. So it's a variety of just a mixture of races as you walk. It's not just one set like racial design. But with that, we shall go to the dungeon. Now for these, I'm going to go ahead and just since they're out, I'll knock them off. And let me set this over here. So you guys walk through the dungeon. It's fairly lit up now with the torches that are alongside. You shouldn't have any problem seeing because I think everybody in the group now either has dark vision of some sort, but it's not really needed because it's like I said before, it's lit up by some kind of entity. The bodies or the remains are still scattered about. It seems that almost all of the bodies that you guys have found as you've walked through seems to be adventurers of some sort. But along with that, let's do a couple of spot checks.
27.
Okay.
Just a sec.
And for the spot checks for Quinn and Vanathan, let's just do one since you guys are sort of linked.
Oh, okay. Well, then that would be what is spot is wisdom. 19.
Okay. Um, so as you guys are walking along on this side of the dungeon wall, so like this is kind of what I was talking about. There's different columns and stonework and stuff, but around here you see a big encryption on the wall, like a mural type of thing, where there are many adventurers. You can kind of see like an adventurer holding a torch, and he's got a sword, and he's going through what seems to be like a dark tunnel. And then it goes to the next picture to where he's fighting some kind of beast. And in the next picture, he is bowing down to what looks like a gigantic dragon. But above that, you can see a inscription that is in many different languages: Dwarven, Elven, Common, and it says this: First the heads of three, then the knights that can't die, the eyes that always see, then the guardian where many lie. The trials and danger of Chunning are great. Pass them and face the mighty Drake. Now, do y'all want to write that down, or you want me to read it again?
Yes.
Okay, I'll read it a little slower. Let's make notes. First the heads of three, then the knights that can't die, the eye that always see, then to the guardian where many lie. The trials and dangers of Chunning are great. Pass them and face the mighty Drake. And right below that, it says that the inscription is by Ethadam.
All right, Thalian, do you want to try to dissect this so we have an idea of what we're about to walk into?
Sounds like there's going to be a series of 7 different trials to get to where we're going. 3 heads, maybe some type of creature, the knights that won't die, um, maybe undead knights or immortal knights, which will suck. The eye that sees all. Um, Maybe some type of aberration. Uh, Guardians. Maybe, again, maybe a bunch of undead trials. Maybe some type of obstacles that we need to uh, get past. And Drake, I think, is pretty much self-explanatory. If the picture on the wall is any indication.
Yeah, that one I think I had that one figured out.
Along with the spot check, with Nate, Thalian sees it first since you had, I believe, a 27. But Quinn and Thalian quickly look over and see it as well. But above, there's a column here and there's a column here. Actually, let me zoom in so I can see it a little better. Let me get my pen here. So there's a column here and a column here, and above, this is all open. You do see the 3 chests there, quite obvious, but above there, there's an archway. And it says only the bravest enter, but none come out.
Man, if I had $1 for every dungeon I walked into, and there's something that said that.
Yeah, right. It's like, but then again, I doubt they consider that they'll be talking to people who have continuously come back from the dead.
Yeah, we're oh wait, all the 3 of us in here have all
Yeah.
come
Yep.
back from the dead, so
Yep. That's true.
alright, well,
So
I
how?
see there's no need in waiting.
Yep. I'm gonna draw my sword Silverfire, which is what I named my fiery great silver sword.
All right.
So it kind of helps to illuminate the area around me a little more and walk forward.
Okay. Let me. So you get here, as you were kind of reading that, obviously you have to get there around that corner to read the inscription. But you do notice that over here, now that you've lit up with, would you say Silverfire?
Yes.
That's pretty cool. You see with Silverfire that this is actually walled in right here. Uh, Quinn, Vanathan, you guys walking up?
Yeah, I'm assuming I've already got the trident in hand, so I might as well just
All right.
follow in behind and go ahead and accept the worst and hope for the best.
Cross that bridge when we get there. All right. So what y'all want to do? The wall that where it looks like it's walled in, it looks like it's reinforced pretty well by that. I mean, it's not just like a just by brick. I mean, there's a little bit of iron mixed in there too, so it was like a pretty heavy duty wall. But it does seem a little weird that it's just kind of closed off like that.
Maybe we should each open the chest at the same time.
At the same time, alright?
Okay, and just for to help me better do this, I need to know the marching order at all times. It really helped me out. That way I don't assume and nobody gets angry or anything like that.
I'll take the front.
Vanathan will take middle and Quinn will take the back.
Okay, Vanathan, which chest do you want to go to?
The middle one.
I'll go to the front one.
Alright, so Dalian is here. Quinn, I guess is going to take this one.
Yes.
Alright. There. Okay. So, You got open it up at the same time?
Yep.
Alright.
Yep.
So you guys kind of look back and forth at each other. Um, Vanathan, you and Quinn, it's very easy to open up at the same time, and it pretty much get it. All three chests fly open. They're not locked at all. Vanathan and Quinn, there's absolutely nothing in your chests. Thalian, there is, let's see, write this down. It is, we were just talking about this the other day. What a coincidence you actually picked this one. A circlet of cure light wounds and a griffin cloak.
Ha!
Yep. That's why when you said, yeah, I was like, well, I used to have one of those. I was like, yeah, it's coming back soon. The Cure Light Wounds has 8 charges on it. And the Griffin Cloak, I gave it an enchantment. It's able to detect poison, and it also gives you an intimidation of +5. Now, right after Thalian and Quinn open that up, you look over to quickly see that there's nothing in the chest that you have along with Quinn's, but you see that there's something in Thalian's. A dark mist comes out of the center chest, and it inscribes something along this wall. And it's in a green like smoky mist, and it said, "Greed imprisons us all." And then a magical barrier goes over the rear side, and now the room is being progressively filled with acid fog.
Good.
So, let's roll for some, I'm going to roll for damage, and then I'll let y'all kind of think about what you want to do, and then I'll let you do like a fortitude save for half damage. So I'll be taking it out because it's tick-tocking over here, because it's starting to fill up really, really fast, and you're starting to cough. It's starting to get really, really hard to breathe, see. Eyes are starting to water.
Yeah. Oh, that's from like 3 months ago.
I'm going to bed.
All right.
You definitely let the dog out.
Okay. Good night.
Night.
Go to the doctor.
Uh, I'm going to reach into my my belt pouch and pull out one of my old silver rings.
Okay.
Actually, both of them, because I got 2 things out. Right, I got the Griffin cloak and the light wound,
Okay, yeah.
and so I'm going to put both of those old rings in the chest and close it.
Does nothing.
Hmm.
Uh,
I
the
can't find anything.
For right now, let's see, 7, 4, so 11 points damage. Starting to progressively get more and more. It's not actually coming out of the chest. It just seems to be like a magical, like just coming out from almost the floor. And as you look up, there's no clear openings above you. The brickwork on the side is completely solid. And this, like I said before, just seems to be now like a green, almost like an energy shield, like from Star Wars or something, that's blocking the way in. Do a spot check real quick as you guys are.
It's 30.
Okay.
16.
So Vanathan and Quinn, you look over to the stone brick wall, and you can see that while as you were first walking up, it looked like it was very well crafted and just well put together. You're starting to see a few places where I don't know, like the mortar is kind of missing, like some of the rocks are chipped. Thalian, you can kind of see that as you look through, you can see a little bit of light through certain cracks, and you're starting to think that maybe this brick wall isn't as great as you once thought.
I say the three of us just rush at it.
Agreed.
All right, I think we're all gonna three rush and hit the wall at the same time.
All right, let's roll attack damage.
Damage or attack itself?
Just a damage.
What would we roll for that?
So you're automatically going to hit it because it's a freaking wall. So just whatever, tell me how you're going, and this is your timer, by the way. Tell me how you are going to hit it and with what, and then roll your attack damage for said item. Or if you're going to transform, do whatever you got to do.
I was just gonna like bull rush it and like hit it with my shoulder or something.
Yeah, same here.
Yeah, all three of us doing that.
Okay, so for that, I would just do, blah, 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 blah. Let's do like your D8 and then do like your strength modifier along with that.
Me and Quinn combined did 10 points of damage.
10 points. Okay.
Uh, and I'm like hitting it with like my claws
Okay.
for 25 points of damage.
25. Okay. When all three of you kind of into the wall, it's starting to shake. Some rocks are starting to fall down from the ceiling. You see dust fly everywhere. It gets rattled a little bit. It's still there.
Crap, I guess I'm gonna go werebear and then take another charge at it, me and Quinn.
The fog is starting to get very, very progressive. It's 13 more points of damage. It's starting to get really, really heavy, very thick, starting to scratch in your throat. Go ahead and do your attack.
Alright, Quinn did 5 points of damage, and then I did 23 points. So 28 points of damage in total.
28. Okay. All right. Some big chunks of the wall are starting to fall down. Like you actually had to dodge out of the way because some of the bricks from the top of the wall are starting to fall down. Thalian?
I'm going to cast Charge with the Triceratops
Oh, snap. Okay.
and charge and headbutt the crap out of it.
Okay. Roll that beautiful beam footage.
For 29 points of damage.
All right. So right after Thalian and Quinn hit the wall, some of those bricks fall down. They're like, "Oh wow, it's starting to work." And as they cough and they turn around, they hear like a, and the wall just obliterates. Dust goes everywhere. You're immediately through the ease of this, like your throat and everything is. Actually, let me stop that. Is very imminent. You're starting to regain your composure. The fog is starting to diminish. This wall, the barrier is still there, but this one's gone. And as the dust and everything clears up, you look up and you see something that's not very welcoming. And as the dust clears, you can see a shadow behind it, and right behind that, you see a very nice sized chimera. The lion lets out a roar, and let's roll initiative.
18.
Okay.
A 17 and then a 14.
Okay.
No, I lied. A 17 and 16.
17, 16.
Oh, 17 would be Vanathan and 16 would be Quinn.
Okay, Vanathan, Chimera, and then Quinn is going last. All right, Nate, your turn.
Since I already have it up and going, I'm going to charge and attack with my Triceratops. Like
Okay.
I'm gonna gore them.
Oh, that sounds awesome. All right.
And let me just pull that up right quick. Make sure what that. Oh, okay, cool. All right. With a 35 to hit.
All right. Let me actually get this pulled up. 35 to hit. Yes, it definitely hits. Go ahead.
For 44 points of damage.
Woohoo! 44 points of damage. All right. Vanathan.
Vanathan is, since he's already in Werebear, he's just going to go ahead and run up and gonna go for a bite and then followed by 2 claws, but we'll roll for the bite first.
Okay.
That would be a where did I lose it? 26 for attack.
Yes.
Okay, that was the bite. For 23 points of damage.
Okay.
Then the claw is an 18.
Yes. Just barely hits. Good job.
For 17 points.
Very nice.
Then, yeah, the last one was a 13.
All right. So you just go up right after Thalion's gore to the lion, just hitting it, and it kind of knocks the beast back because from different legends and stuff that y'all know, this is a slightly smaller chimera, but still very imposing. Right after the gore knocks it back, then you come up, just bite, and then the lion barely dodges your last claw, and so the lion is slightly stunned. So the dragon and the ram kind of take force, and they both raise their heads up, wings spread, and the the ram is going to do an area attack of a lightning spell, and this would give y'all an opportunity.
All right, we'll take it.
Oh, is this an attack of opportunity?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
With 26 to hit.
26 hit. 26 does hit, yes.
I got a 17 to hit.
17 just barely hits the beast. Yes.
Okay, so this got to be 17 then. All right. I did 17 points of damage.
Okay.
And I did 31 points of damage.
Nice. All right. All right. So the beast gets knocked back. Lion kind of taking in most of the blunt end of the damage, and the lightning area attack does 24 points of damage. And as you're kind of feeling the shockwave of the lightning spell that the ram just sent, you also see that the dragon, very close to what the pitcher is doing, starting to light up with his dragon breath. Another chance.
Did that area attack also hit Quinn?
Yeah, it hits. This is very, very like these squares. It's very, very close proximity, and this is
Okay,
barred
I was
in.
just making sure.
Yeah.
All right, so he wouldn't get a reflex save or anything.
Um, I wouldn't for that, but I am going to allow it since that was more of kind of a widespread. But the cone of the dragon breath, you're getting an attack of opportunity and you're getting a reflex with that because that's more of like a cone type of thing.
Okay.
All right, so another attack of opportunity and the dragon breath. So that would be that.
That's a 30 to hit.
Oh yeah.
21 to hit.
No, I lost. Yeah, that's a hit. Lost.
Uh, 29 points damage.
18 points of damage.
Wait 1 second. Let's see. 18 points of damage and 29. Cool. All right, so with that, you actually see the lion head of the beast just falls and goes limp. It seems that it's having trouble gaining composure. The ram and dragon head are still intact. The wings are starting to kind of get out of balance, and you kind of see all heads starting to look back and forth at each other. And the dragon does his fire cone. Do a reflex.
Nat 20.
Oh, snap. All right.
And a 28 for me.
Okay, who got the nat 20?
Vanathan did. I forgot to roll for Quinn. Hold up. Oh yeah, Quinn didn't do as well. But Vanathan got the nat 20, and then Quinn, where's his sheet at? Got a reflex. Quinn got a 22.
Still pretty darn good. All right.
Yeah, well, yeah, I forgot to add in the stuff at first, but
All right. So Vanathan dodged the fire cone completely. I'm only going to say that Quinn and Thalion, you guys take like 6 points of damage out of all the dice that were rolled there. So not very much. And we actually go to, let's see, it'd be Quinn's turn.
Quinn is he's struggling. He did not get a chance to recover from the last battle. Since he hadn't run up yet, let's see. I want to run up and get him to attempt to jump on the back of the Chimera.
All right. Do a jump, and then let's do a balance.
All right, jump is a 17.
Okay.
Balance is a 18.
All right. Since the Chimera kind of did not do so well in his reflex. So you jumped up there. It wasn't the most beautiful thing, just because of all the damage that he's taken in the last few battles. You got up there, and you are currently on top of the dragon head.
All right, I want to attempt to attach my tentacles to the ram head.
All right. So I think with this, what we'll start doing is kind of opposing grapples, just so it won't be so overpowered, and then we'll see what happens.
Perfectly fine with me.
Oh boy. Oh boy.
Let's see. What is his base attack?
It does, I rolled in that 20.
Oh, yeah, that one didn't.
All
Yeah, it
right.
didn't matter. 'Cause
Okay,
as of
roll.
right now, I don't know what his base attack is, but it was gonna be. Oh no, I got it written down there. It'd have been a 20, not natural.
All right, so with that, do another balance check since you're kind of on top of his head, and he did do a grapple of a nat 20.
Nat 20 for the balance.
All right, so you're still up there. So we will say that that is his move, and Thalian, your turn.
I am going to full out attack.
Hey, time out just 1 second. Is the connection okay? Because my Skype is, for whatever reason, saying that the connection's not good. Like, can y'all hear me okay?
Yeah, I can hear you fine.
Skype's being a moron then. Sorry, go ahead. Full on attack.
So the first bite is a crit threat,
Ooh.
and the second one is a 36 to confirm.
Okay.
So the first bite attack 62 points of damage.
Ooh, Lord. Which one are you biting? The ram or
Lion, because that's the one I attacked earlier, I guess.
the lion head is. Maybe y'all didn't hear that. The lion head has went limp. That's why they're having trouble like walking and doing all that kind of stuff now.
Okay, I thought it was the dragon head that went limp. I'll attack the dragon then.
Oh, did I? No, I did say. Sorry, DM mistake. I did. No, no, I did say the lion because he's on top of the dragon's head. Yeah, because he's on top of the dragon's head right now.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Uh,
So the
all
ram
right,
head.
so yeah, whichever one I'm closest to.
Sorry.
That's 62 points of yes, 62 points of damage.
All right.
And the second bite is a 34 to hit.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
For 33 points of damage.
Okay. And with that, you see the ram heads. It lets out like a blue shock from its eyes, and then you let it lets out a loud screech, and then it goes limp right after that bite. So you just wring the neck out of the thing. You just and so the dragon head looks over as he's over there kind of grappling and battling with Quinn, and you see the left side of the chimera, even the wing goes down, and it's only the right side trying to stay alive. And I think it's still your turn, isn't it?
Yeah. Is he within my reach? Like, am I still capable of attacking?
You could, with you being, like, it's not like the biggest size of a chimera. I would say if you did a jump check and do your attack roll, I think I would allow you to be able to jump over and hit the thing because it kind of went limp and fell down on its left side. So yeah, you probably could, being in your, yeah, I think you could.
All right, well, as he goes limp, I'm gonna like run up the head and like pounce, bite the
Okay.
dragon
All right.
with my last attack, which is a. Uh, do you want me to roll with the jump first or the attack first?
Let's do the jump first, and then
All right,
since it's pounce, and then we'll do the attack roll.
all right, the jump is a 27,
Oh yeah.
and the bite is a crit fail.
Oh snap.
Uh, so the bite falls. I still got two more attacks. If you want me to roll them,
And go ahead.
the sword is a 46 6 to hit.
Yeah, he didn't roll high enough on his reflex for you to like completely dodge for me to justify the dodge of the bite or like you smacking into him. So yeah, 46 for the sword. I'm gonna lunge into him. Yeah.
And like stabbing it down into him
Okay.
with a uh, 31 points of damage.
Okay. So with
Uh,
Quint,
Actually, sorry, 35 points of damage, and he's on fire.
yeah, with Quinn, well, fire damage probably wouldn't really do too much to a red-headed dragon, but
Yeah.
but as you Quinn's on top of the dragon head, wrestling around with it. Vanathan is still lunging his trident or scratching and clawing the body. Thalion, you go running across, leap over the dead dragon head, and lunge smack dab into the red dragon as he's about to let out another fire breath, and the sword goes right through his eyes, and you see it light up, and the spark of his mouth just goes completely out, and the beast is fallen out of initiative. As the chimera falls to the ground limp, you see the other wing collapse. All heads are falling down. There's a loud boom where the beast is fallen. And after the chimera is completely dead and the last little of the battle is kind of done, a inscription goes along the wall. And it says, first the heads of three. And then it slowly fades away.
I'm going to pull out the circlet of cure light wounds
Okay.
and start healing people.
All right. So as you start to do that, you can go ahead and roll up that as I'm talking and stuff. Let me actually get the chimera off screen. The chimera's body slowly fades away. And as it's fading away, you notice that it kind of goes off into the same color of like green mist that usually the wording of this dungeon has been having. Like it goes off in that same color and fades away, and a diamond is formed, a rather large diamond that kind of the size of I don't know, like a coffee mug or something. It's formed and it falls to the ground. Diamonds, mother.
I'm gonna say, should we collect those? Because in the last room we were in, it said something about greed. So I feel like if we pick them up, we could get hit with that poison again.
But let's find out, and I want to start picking them up. And
Well, it's just one big one. It's just one big
Oh.
one.
In that case, yeah, I want to pick it up.
All right. You see it. The craftsmanship on it, like the cutting, is very, very articulate and fine. It seems to sparkle as the torch light kind of bounces off on it. Nothing. No more fog. No nothing like that. The barrier here, still up.
I'm going to continue to heal Vanathan and Quinn.
Okay. Let me know how many times because it's only got 8 charges on it. So let me know.
Yeah, I'm up to 3 right now to heal myself back up.
Okay.
But I also have a wand of cure light wounds that have 19 charges.
Yeah, I remember that you had that too. Yeah. All right.
So Vanathan and Quinn, just let me know how much like y'all need, and I'll roll for it.
Quinn to be fully healed would need 89 points.
Jeez.
For
Alright.
Vanathan to be fully healed, he would need 64.
All right. Well, I'm gonna start with Vanathan because I like him better, and I'm just gonna roll and add it up and let you know how many charges it is, if that's okay.
Yeah, no, that's fine. Just let me know. So you've done 3 with the circlet, so you got 5 more, and then you have 19 with the wand, right?
Right.
Okay, well, just keep track of it. I mean, I know you're not gonna do any funny business. Just add it all up, and then We'll figure it out.
Bring up my phone.
Yep, calculator. And while you're doing that, I'm gonna go restroom and I'll be right back.
Yeah, so am I.
All right, everybody back?
Yep.
I'm back. Yeah. Or
Okay.
I didn't go nowhere.
Oh, okay. Did you get done figuring?
Yeah, I used the circuit all the way, and then 3 charges of my wand to heal Quinn all the way up. Now I'm rolling for Benethan.
Woof.
Yeah.
What was it now?
So he's completely used up all of his charges on his circlet to heal Quinn all the way up, and now he's and 3 on the wand to do all that, and now he's got so now he's down to 16 on the wand. So now he's healing up Vanathan.
Oh yeah, Nick. You also didn't tell me like how much uh, HP Quinn was gonna have.
He's
So
gonna have the same as
because he,
Vanathan.
that's what I thought because he was a copy of me. I assumed he had the same as me.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
That worked out perfect. You're back at full health, and my wand is down to 11 minus 13, 8 charges.
That's awesome. Okay, so let's get back to it then. Is there anything else y'all want to do or talk about before you move forward?
So the
There's
body
no
did.
more,
Yeah, the body did completely disappear.
Yeah.
and there's no more poison in the room with the chest.
No.
All right, well, I'm gonna go back and get my 2 rings.
Okay. And then that fuck. No, I'm just kidding. How douchey would that be? All right, so you got your rings back.
And keep going forward.
Okay. Once again, who is that going to be the established order? Thalian, Vanathan, and then Quinn.
I'm fine with that.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. So Nate is going to be here. All right. So as you cut the corner, you got glimpses of it during the fight. You kind of notice the same stonework, everything. Still very much look like the dwarven brickwork columns that are supporting the roof, elvish. The inscriptions are starting to slowly die off, and you cut the corner around to a very narrow hallway. that leads into a gigantic room where here you can kind of see glimpses of just different. It almost looks like an ancient banquet hall that's been long forgotten. Like there's a table towards the end of the room that kind of attaches here, which I probably should have got some kind of like clip art for that. But there's a big table here with old dusty uh, candlesticks and old like wooden plates and all kinds of stuff like that. Um, so how you always want to walk forward? What you want to do?
I'm just gonna walk in.
Okay.
Let's see what's the next one. The next one is knights that won't die.
All right. So no one's there. Thalian, do a reflex check.
That is a 24.
All right. So as you walk forward in the hallway, you see as you get to about yonder, you feel the floor start to give way, and you very, very quickly realize that something's gone amok, and you dodge out of the way to find that where the hell that's the wrong damn button. The hell is that thing? Okay, there. That the floor just breaks way, and it just looks like it goes into darkness, but you manage to jump out of the way and over to the other side. So now, Quinn, you and Noah, I mean you and you and Noah, Quinn, you and Vanathan do some jump checks to get over this hole because this is taking up a good 5 to 10 feet here.
You got a 10 for Quinn, and I'm still in werebear form,
Oh boy.
so oh no, that's good because jump is the strength check.
Okay.
Okay.
Oh, all right.
I think. Is it a strength check?
I think it
Not
is.
sure.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Then. Yeah. He got a 27.
All right. So Werebear jumps over at ease, lands here. Uh, Floor seems very, very strong. Quinn, on the other hand, with a 10, gets to about yonder, and it's like he's about to fall in, but you guys quickly kind of pull him back on up. So I'm assuming we're going to resume what the hell is that? Resume the order. As you guys come around the corner, you get closer to the opening. It actually is some old, um, like it's an old grand hall where there's a lot of ancient architecture, ancient woodwork, cobwebs and crap everywhere. But you do see um, that therein, along the sides, are the knights that are currently not moving. There's 5 along the hall, all of them with giant great swords and some armor that seems to be very, very much the same. A lot of Ancrillian kind of design in the armor with these giant swords. Some statures are smaller than others. You kind of get like a feminine sense out of them. They're currently not moving. They all have their swords in front of them in a downward pointed positions, as if they're kind of like at ease position, and all of them are looking down. Along with that, in the room, you see 3 more chests, a room off to the side, and a hallway off at the end of the room. How shall you proceed?
Uh,